Well, hello, and welcome back, y'all. Today, I am going to do another national holiday from the National Day calendar, and we are going to be working on National Personal Chef Day. National Personal Chef Day is every year on July 16th. Now, there's a difference between a personal chef and a private chef. A private chef usually works exclusively for one client and they typically live in somebody's house or on their property. Whereas a personal chef, they can have many clients, they run their own business, or they work for a company. A personal chef will prepare meals in the client's homes or they'll deliver already meals that are already done. They, do meal plans based on dietary needs and preferences. It is a competitive business where experience and training is definitely necessary, but not all chefs have to attend like a culinary school because they have years of experience and skill. They have long days. They do shopping, preparation, cleanup. They're on their feet pretty much all day long. Lonely hours. Sometimes they have to do additional research for clients that have allergies or, special diets or, just depending on the client, of course. They have a big passion for cooking, at least they should. So because of that, they want to make, a special day just for personal chefs. And I guess to observe National Personal Chef Day, if you know somebody who's interested in being a personal chef, you can encourage them. You can be their taste tester. If you know a personal chef, you can, thank them or acknowledge them for their outstanding work. Give a shout out, recommendation. You could do like 5-star ratings or whatever online. If you want to know more, you can go to nationaldaycalendar.com. So without further ado, let's try to build a home for National Personal Chef Day. I do want to make it this is a 40 by 30 lot, which is a little bit bigger than I'm used to building, like 2015 or 20 by 30, something like that. But we're going to do this on this big lot. They've got money, so they're going to be able to not just have their own personal chef, but have a large home. I do want to make this home a little different. I want bump outs, wherever they can be. I think that's a decent looking kind of shape. I like bump outs. I don't know how to do bump outs very well most of the time, but I do try. I always try. I don't always do well, but I try. And that's the important part, right? I think that would be okay. Maybe bring this over a little bit more and in a little bit more. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. So we're going to have 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, bathroom, and all that. So we're going to start with the beds. I just want to get some spacing figured out here. Oops, I don't have my move objects on, but I'll fix that. Oh, stop it. So I'm going to try to figure something out. I do want like a large sofa. I think that this house should be, wow, big enough for a large sofa. They can have plenty of rooms, plenty of space. We'll have an office as well. But you'll have to see what I'm thinking for this National Chef Day build. It will be different. It'll be unique, I think. I hope that's the plan. It'll be weird. I'm not negating that. It will definitely be weird, but I think in the end, I'm hoping it will look pretty cool. But we'll see what happens. So let me try to figure out the layout for this build. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Just blink. Okie dokie. I think this is the plan basically that I'm going to go with. So you have your entryway here. That's actually just a hallway. You've got the large shared bathroom, bedroom, kitchen, dining, office, and living room. I also have a front porch and a back patio. The next thing I need to do is roof this sucker. How? Shouldn't be too hard, but those are famous last words, I'm sure. So I'm thinking here, I don't know, because this is going to be quite large. And when I say quite large, I mean quite large. But we can bring that to, oh, wait. What if we make it more like a mid-century style home? So we could do something like this over here. Oh, my brain is a thinking. It's not always a good thing, but she's a thinking, that's for sure. So maybe if we do something like this, I love mid-century builds. I wish I was better at it, but I love them so much. The structure, the creativity that goes into a mid-century build is just absolutely amazing, and I kind of wish there was more of them around. I hate when people like buy an older home that was built, like back in the day, and then they quote unquote renovate it, and all they do is update it to modern style, and it just does not work for me. I hate it with a passion. It's like, can you just leave an amazing house and not mess with it, please? But no, they always have to update it. I don't know if I like that. See, I love the modern or mid-century modern, but I can never build it right. It's like I can never figure out what the problem is. But anyway, so we'll do something like that there. Here, oh boy, maybe we can do a regular one like this. See how that looks from the front. I don't know. I'm just not good at building mid-century. I wish I was. Oh, wait. Can we line that up? Well, it's not perfectly lined up, but it is kind of. So, I mean, it's, same pitch. And then here we can just do a little one here. And I think we can line that up as well with the same pitch and be okay. I think. Oh, it's got to go down further. See, mid-century though, they have a lot of flat roofing because it's just such a big roof. I don't think I like it. Let me figure something out. Okay, so this is what I figured out. This is what I came up with. I'm not 100% sold on it, but I think it'll work. I hope, anyway. So, as you can see, I've got a half gabled roof here and one here facing in opposite directions or going towards each other. And then I put one over here going in a different direction just to kind of give it some texture, character, I guess. I wasn't liking it too much, but then I added the pillar and I think that helped a lot. I used a hipped roof here and a hipped roof over here and flattened them all the way down. And then I used a regular gabled roof here and flattened that all the way down. And it kind of goes along with the same pitch as this half gabled roof there. And again, by adding the pillars, it just kind of changed it a little bit. I did add a tree here because this hipped roof here was coming in, and yeah, I could bring it back, but it's still going to come in. And the only way that I cannot show that is by taking away the overhang, which I do not want to do. And I don't like how that's showing. So a tree is going to go there to cover it up, and it will be just fine. I'm not going to put the tree inside the house, but I do want it as close as I can get it. So this is going to be the basic exterior. I have to add windows, exterior, and all of that. Also have to work on the inside here for National Personal Chef Day. So if you're wondering what I'm going to do for that, obviously they're going to have a giant kitchen, and I'm probably going to use Home Chef Hustle cabinetry and stuff to fill that in. I'm going to use as much of the Home Chef Hustle as I can. But for like the bedrooms and the bathroom, living room, all of that, I am going to have a personal chef station of sorts in each room, possibly including the hallway. Not quite sure. I haven't decided that fully yet, but I will figure that out. If I feel I need to extend the bathroom, I will do that and figure out the roofing on how that goes, but I think I will be fine. So wish me luck. Don't go anywhere. Just blink. Okie dokie. I am all done. And yeah, it was a little difficult to make this a personal chef day house, but I think I accomplished it. So outside in the front, there isn't, a ton of whatever going on. We've got the same 3 or 4 pieces of landscaping and florals and, the bushes out here in the front, which I think looks really cute. I do like the house now that I have a second, third look at it. I do see that it is mid-century style. I get mid-century feel from it, and I love that. We've got some trees, a little pathway over there. In this little corner here, we've got some more plants there, and the greenery and the backyard. Not so bad, not so bad. And you do not have to fill every inch of the backyard. But I do have a swing set telescope. Over here, we've got, the patio chairs or the lounge chairs, some beach towels to lay out the sun, a water balloon bucket, more flowers, and there's that tree that covers up the weird roofing that I don't like. And then here I have a pool. So I just made my pool, and then you grab this little double arrow here and you can raise it and lower it as you wish. And then I added a small, I believe that's a 1x3 platform here attached to the pool, added some stairs, and then it is an above ground pool. I like that. Not everybody had in-ground pools back in the day. If they had a pool, it was above ground. But you've got some lavender and some rocks around the pool area as well. I didn't have any gates that matched this fence, so I just left it open. I figured that was doable. And then, of course, the pathway that leads you to the back patio, which has, uh-oh, I messed up. There we go. Fixed it. The back patio has a little picnic table, a painting easel, and a grill. Nothing spectacular, but we've got these gorgeous mid-century lamps over here, which I love. They are amazing. Now, if you're ready, let's go inside. Yes, I'm excited. So here, as you walk into the entryway, you have a little place to hang your coat and whatnot. We do have no shoes in this house. Plant right in front of the window, no curtain. I like it without the curtain. It's just a hallway. And we've got some items on the wall on both sides. And then here I used these wall pieces and then added the little hanging plants in the same place. And I think it just adds a little extra touch. Got your mail. We've got a keyboard in the hallway. So we've got some crocheting over there. We've got some needlework, needlepoint, and some yarn work as well. And then this is the hallway. I did add those little wall partition things there as well, just to give it a little extra touch. The bonsai tree, the cordless phone, which was like so fancy back in the day. This room here is the daughter's bedroom. She's a very pretty girl. She likes her pretty stuff. We've got lots of colors going on. The mid-century style furniture, including the bed, which I love this bed for mid-century. I think it is like the perfect choice outside of mods and whatnot. And then a little reading nook over here. She's got plenty of extra space if you want to add anything in here. Her Marilyn Monroe poster, some plants, and some gorgeous curtains. Still love those curtains no matter how many times I use them. And then her butterflies and, really pretty wall decor over there, as well as a guitar. Now, remember, this is Personal Chef Day, so every room has a little kitchenette. So she's got a little popcorn maker, she's got coffee in the microwave, a few little knickknacks and snacks up there, a cabinet, and then, of course, the counters and a small little fridge. Using all the colors that were in the wallpaper as best I could, and then I added just a hint of pink because her room is very pink. So there's that. We'll do an overhead view here at the end so you get a better idea. But if we leave her room and go into this room in the middle of the hallway, this is the parents' bedroom. There isn't a lot of light up here, but I don't think that's a bad thing. There's plenty of light in the rest of the room. It is very yellow and brown, added some blue, and I think it is the perfect combination of colors for this house. I really, really like it. They actually also have a record player in their room, so make sure they turn it off before they go to bed or they will wake up. They also have like a little lounge chair over there where they can read. As you see, they've got their open book that they're in the middle of reading. Yes, I use the same bed because you gotta use this bed through the game if you're doing mid-century, at least in my opinion. And Oriental decor was also a thing back in the day, so I decided to throw it in this room. Same dressers, just different colors. We got a mirror over there. And then through here is the little kitchenette for them. Yes. Same counters and everything, just different color swatches. They also have some snacks on the counter, a few things up top on the shelves, and a coffee maker here, as well as the little tiny fridge. Yes, every room gets a kitchen, even the bathroom. So here is the very large bathroom that is shared by the whole house. So you've got all your knickknacks, all your clutter, and every possible thing you could need for the bathroom, except toilet paper, because I always forget that. But it's also $50, which is way expensive. Very colorful bathtub. And then over in this little section, you've got your tiny kitchenette where they can make some candies and other snacks and whatnot up on the shelves, microwave and refrigerator as well. And then this little caddy over here, which holds other bathroom items. I didn't fill up the shelves too much because I didn't know what else to put up there. I was so tired. It was so late. But I did the best that I could. Now through here, we step down into the sunken living room. Very yellow and bluish. We have some hints of red in as well, but I did keep the furniture pieces light in the wood color because anything else I think would have been too dark and it would have just taken away because you also already have the dark walls. I didn't want to add too much more. And these are two rectangle coffee tables that I put back to back and smushed them together. So that way it makes kind of a square or very fat looking rectangle. But in here, we also have a yarn basket and some decor up on the walls and whatnot. And there is the kitchenette for this room. Again, same cabinets, different color. This one just has a teapot and some teas. I don't think those are teas. I think that's like spa stuff, oils and whatnot, but I'm calling them teas in this one. And then some knickknacks, whatever on the top shelf. Through this door, we step back up and we go into the office. And the office, I love this office. It's very brown and tealy. I think that's right. They've got their kitchenette over here with a few more things because it's a little bit of a larger area to work with for the kitchen area. So again, coffee maker, microwave, all of that stuff. More snacks and clutter up there. There is a chess table in this one as well as an old computer, bookshelves, curtains, all of that. Lots of color, but very kind of muted down so it's not too bright and, in your face. And then here as well, we have a cordless phone. We leave there, step up, and we go into the dining room. Dining room looks very cool. I like it. It's very different than what I usually do. Instead of doing a wall, I decided to do like those little partitions, which I had to manually place because they're supposed to go on a wall. And then I added a spandrel up top just to give it some kind of separation from the kitchen. And in the dining room is a bar and a little tiny fridge. Now, is a bar classified as chef related? I'm going to say yes. Probably not, but I'm going to say yes. Because I thought it was going to be weird to put a little kitchenette here right next to the big kitchen. So, but that's just me. I can bend my own rules. And then here is the giant kitchen, which I love. It took me a minute to find the right flooring because I wanted something kind of brownish that went with the brown that's in the wallpaper or orange, whatever shade of color you want to call it. But once I found this terracotta style floor, I knew that it was the perfect thing that I needed. So I added all the cabinets. I added some pull down blinds. The one above the sink is raised up a little bit higher. And then over here, we've got the gorgeous fork and spoon. We've got the platform. We've got the hole in the roof, which tends to happen when you put down a platform inside. And then, of course, the pots and pans and another cordless phone. So they have phones in every area of the house and they are good to go. If we go through this door here, this is the back patio. So again, nothing spectacular. The backyard's better than the patio itself, but it's okay. I like it. So if we take a top-down view, you see here is the entryway here and the hallway. We have the sunken living room, the office, dining, kitchen, which is huge, the girls' room with her kitchenette, the parents' room with their kitchenette behind the tree, and then the bathroom with the kitchenette there. So if you download this house, like if you like the layout and the design and whatnot, you can download the house and just take out the kitchenettes in all of the rooms, and you can make those into like ensuite bathrooms. I don't think that would be a bad idea. And then here you could just do like a shower and tub separate. It's just a thought. In any case, I hope you like it. I had fun putting it together. It was a lot of fun. It was a little challenging, but that's why I like to do these challenges, especially the everyday as a holiday challenges. They're so fun to do, and you kind of have to think a little outside the box, and I think that is always a good thing. Feel free to leave any and all comments down below. Make sure you hit like, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, y'all, have fun.